Home to me is a safe space which I can come home to with my family. Yeah, my husband and my daughter, and we can spend some quiet time together here. Hello, I'm Amy. I'm 38. This is a 5-room resale around the Teck Whye area. It's about 29 years old when we bought it. From the original layout of the previous house, there's a balcony here. We did up the platform for the balcony area. And then the settee lah. We made some changes to the kitchen. So now there's a wet and dry kitchen separation. Initially, their master bedroom was very big. They combined 2 bedrooms. So we separated it again into two bedrooms. So in future, let's say if we have more people living in, or we have guests, they can use that spare room, which is now also a study room. When we first walked into this unit, we liked how bright it was. The renovation they did was about 6 years ago. The second owner did it when they first moved in, and it wasn't very extensive, their renovation. So all the windows here faces this park connector. Yeah, so it's at the tree level also. So it's really nice, it's like a bit of green. When we first enter the house, you can see on the right it's the shoe cabinet with the niche to put our keys. So that was also actually a requirement we had. Because once you step in, you need to put your stuff down. Your keys, all your letters and all that. So handphone, usually we did that. Yeah. And then just to make it look cozier, there's also a little LED there. And then the shoe cabinet, we also didn't want it too big. Yeah, so it's just at the bottom. Then the top is also cabinet just for extra storage. After the entryway, you enter the dining area. This was conceptualized to be like a communal area. So not only the dining area, the dining, the pantry, the living room, the balcony, which is now a platform, is all one big communal area, but there's still a certain flow. The dining table has a very long bench, settee. This was Nicole's idea, which I thought was a very good idea. Nobody gave this idea. Yeah, and the settee was genius because you can open it like you can open and you can throw a lot of things inside. So all my backpacks lah, working bag, toys, toilet paper, you close it and then nobody can see. I use it a lot. My favorite. I think this is my favorite feature. And then with such a long settee, I don't have to think about when I have big groups coming over, where do they sit? Just sit here. Actually, this is the place that people tend to sit. They feel a bit paiseh to sit on the sofa for some reason. Maybe a bit small or squeezy, or they don't want to squeeze with each other. Whereas with such a long settee, right, you can freestyle. You want to sit, you want to walk, you want to stand up, anything. Yeah. Maximum number of guests we hosted is about 25 to 30, yeah, during Chinese New Year. That PowerPoint very useful, because at first when we moved in, we didn't have a study room yet. So we worked at the dining table, and you can charge your laptop, or you want to set up a hot pot, no problem, you just plug it in there. The curve effect was to hide the beam actually, such that, when you have this kind of curve effect, it sort of like make this area more cozy. We didn't know whether platform was a good idea lah, but Nicole's idea was, okay, you have a settee and then you have a platform here, so that there's some sort of designated space for relaxation, for leisure, for play. So the platform area will flow into the living room area as part of the TV console. I like that concept a lot. When we finally move in and use this area, during the communal gatherings, this platform area is a hit with kids. Because the adults don't come in here and trample over all their toys and everything. This is the place where they just spill out all their toys and their trains and everything. All the Lego come out, all put here, and then they play with themselves here, and then they'll run to the room and all lah. But this is their area. So the platform goes to the TV area, right? So then we also hide some switches there to link to the TV and the soundbar. And then there's some niche in the TV area. I really wanted a wet and dry kitchen. So my previous flat was a BTO lah, and it's 3-room. So there's no way there's space for a wet and dry kitchen. Yeah, it's just not practical at all. Because I like to do some baking stuff. So a dry kitchen will have a large counter space lah, for me to do all these, mix the batter, make the dough and decorate and all that. Yeah. So you need quite a lot of counter space for that. Yeah, and since you're spending time doing all this part, I also like somewhere cooler. And when it's in the living area here, I can turn on the aircon. To me, it's an enjoyable activity. It's like you're part of the the flow of the house, even when you're still doing kitchen stuff. I like cinder stone just because it's easy to clean. Because baking dough and all that, yeah, dealing with dough, butter, oil and all that, it's just very greasy. That's why I don't like the wooden top. I find wooden top you can never really wipe clean very easily. Whereas for stone, it's much easier. Obviously, the heat resistance is much better than all these compact wood thingies. When I, pull all the big stuff out of the oven, I can directly just put on the counter. No need to think where to put or holding such a hot tray, The island has a lot of drawers, which I find super useful. So all the cutlery are there, all my baking tools are in the drawers as well. So now we have the space, and then the dry pantry at the back with the fridge, and then that counter space where you can put your coffee machine. So my husband drinks coffee. I don't, but it's a good place for his coffee machine. Every morning he will use. Yeah, then you can put a toaster. Toaster very, very important to me. So that's like our breakfast making area. We don't like fumes when we cook. Wet and dry needs to be fully segregated. But we also like the open feeling at the same time. It's a synchronized sliding door for the kitchen. It's very Cheok, the will open and close. So whenever we cook, we just pull it close and the fumes don't go out. When you bake stuff, right, the oven, we also want it in the wet kitchen because there will be all the oil fumes coming out. So just chuck it there. We don't want a wet kitchen that's so big. Because we like to cook, but we also don't use a lot of space, I think. The kitchen cabinets had these drawers. You can pull out and then you can put your air fryer or rice cooker inside, then you push it in. So instead of squatting down and digging through the cabinet, this drawer just brings it out. So I like that a lot as well. We don't have the typical internal corridor ceiling light. Yeah, because we don't find it useful. That light was also suggested by Nicole. It's just to cast a nice shadow effect at the end, so you don't have to put anything decorative. You just turn on the light, ding, and then got some nice effect. The master bedroom went through an overhaul in design because of the way the aircon was run. For my husband, he was not comfortable with hiding all the aircon pipes inside or at the back of the wardrobe. In case next time got leaking or what, the maintenance is very, very, very troublesome. So Nicole had to redo the layout for the master bedroom. Yeah, but it was also great because after we shift the wardrobe to the other wall, the wardrobe has more space and then also we can also put a little vanity area at the left hand side. The toilet on the master bedroom was also quite extensively worked out. So the master bedroom had a walk-on toilet bowl, and then the cabinet was also inbuilt above it. The toilet vanity cupboard had a curved corner, so there's some softness to it. So even though there's a lot of lines, but there's still some soft edges, which makes it look very, very good actually. The tiles we selected at the end was the stone one, so it looked like some kind of spa. And I think easier to hide any grime or dust or hair. We talked to about 8 interior designers. All of them give very meh ideas. Basically, they went back to how it originally was. So it wasn't very inspiring at all. Yeah, so when we went to Nicole, and we told her our experiences, so she was actually our last hope already, in a way. Okay, we're very sian already. So she really took in all our considerations, and she even proposed 4 designs. All were different from what the other interior designers proposed, so we were very impressed. For BuildBuilt, what was very good was they had one person in charge of interior design, Nicole, for us. Then later the PM, the project manager, is also someone else. So we go to each person for a specific thing. And the PM was also at all the co-creation meetings, both of them. So I found that system very good. Yeah. In BuildBuilt, when you segment this role like that, it's easier to get work done, I think, and to also request for such follow-ups. Yeah, because there's just more capacity when more people are on board. So this round is sort of like our forever home really. We don't intend to move to another one again. So that's why we're willing to put in more effort to get the design right and also find a suitable material and all that. Hope you guys found this helpful. Thanks for watching.